Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I'm Sherry at Sherry's Leaves. If you're first timer here, welcome. You're an honored guest. If you're returning, you're my most prestigious guest. Is that a word? I think so. Thank you for coming either way. So I have decided that I would do a different type of video once again. You guys are pushing me and I'm listening. So I am going to not focus on my favorites. I'm actually going to focus on my growth for the summer. So my end of summer growth, and I'm going to kind of title it Most Impressive. Obviously, I could probably show you every plant that's not brand new, that's had some form of growth, and that would be too long of a video for me to really want to do. I love doing long videos when it comes to plant care and stuff, but I don't know about constant jibber jabber. You know how I feel about jibber jabber too much if you've watched me long enough. But yeah, so I thought it would be good, or actually I really been wanting to show you my the growth of some of these plants for a while. I've been trying to wait for them to, get to a point where they're completed with their growth. Most of them have hardened off, some have not, which is fine. You'll see them again, and eventually they'll have new leaves, and I'll just keep showing it. I'm trying to, just so you know where I'm kind of going with my channel, I've actually deleted my accounts on Instagram and TikTok. I do not belong to Facebook. It's been, I think I deleted my personal account in 2016. So you won't find me there, and you're not going to find me anymore at Instagram or TikTok, and I don't know if there's any other platforms, which I'm sure there are, but I'm not out there either. So if you want to look for Sherry's Leaves, look for me here on YouTube. And if you have questions, I'm thinking about maybe creating a email account. I do have an email account under my old channel, but I don't ever look at it. So yeah, just, if you need me, you can always ping me on any video in a comment, and I see it and I can respond. But yeah, so anyways, I just wanted to kind of let you know, I really want to focus on my channel because that's why I'm here. I didn't start this channel to, be on Instagram and be on TikTok to get views or to bring people over here. I'm changing my mindset to say, well, YouTube's going to give me the people that I need, and I'm not going to spend the extra personal time trying to circumvent the advertising, because it's like, why bother? This is a hobby for me. That's it. So I just kind of wanted to let you know that. I know in some of my videos, my older videos, I haven't taken those old Instagram accounts out or TikTok accounts out, which unfortunately I'm not going to do that. That's just time consuming. So hopefully everybody will see my post. I did a post to the community this weekend. And today is September 14th. And I have been posting the last week. I've done 2 videos a week. And I'm gonna maybe try that, maybe for a long one on my Fridays, a short one on my Mondays, but we'll see. We'll see, I do like doing shorts, so I might do that because that's where I really like to show off my plants without talking and just have music and stuff. So pay attention for that. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel so you get those. If you really like me, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any. that would be very, very, very helpful for me. And also very helpful is always comment. I love that anyways. I like getting to know who you are. I like getting friendships in the plant community. So let's get on with the show. Okay, so you probably could guess that this one would be first. I am going to go in my most impressive order. So first one being, I'm going to try not to look at my notes because I spelled out things kind of shortcutly anyways with the hybrids and stuff. But this is my Anthurium Red Crystal cross Black Widow cross Michelle. So there's two types of dock block in this plant. Now they didn't specify dock block, but dock block is the creator of Black Widow. Is my understanding, and dock block is also the creator of the Michelle. Now Red Crystal, I think, comes from NSE, but I don't know. There's so many, there's so many families of hybrids now. It's really hard to say, but that's my little history on the plant. But I got her in March of this year, 2025. And if I have pictures, which I think I do, I'm going to be putting them up on B-roll. Not sure what side, but it'll pop up pending on the best camera location. And so I've shown her before in prior videos, so this may not be new to some of you. But this is the original leaf. It was pretty beat up. You can see a lot of like little stones almost like hit the plant. And when I got her from Rare Foliage, and her leaves are so strong. And I guess it was a mother plant is what Yibo told me. And I could almost tell that because the leaves are quite old. And the first thing that popped out was two huge, I guess they're inflows. And I let it grow out to a certain point, but then I cut it because I said I'd rather have a leaf. I want this plant to start focusing on leaves because she's not going to be a mother plant here. None of mine are. If it just happens to come out and I want to take pollen, I will. But yeah, it just depends on my mood. But yeah, so this is the original leaf, and now here is the new leaf. Now this one is an original leaf as well, and it's pretty bung up too. Okay, but here is the star of the show. I mean, look at that beautiful, beautiful leaf, guys. I know, hopefully I took pictures. I was trying to look back at my pictures today before I started this. I don't think I took a picture of this when it started coming out, but it was the size of a penny. It's truly amazing for me to see Anthurium leaves, because Anthurium leaves start out so tiny and then they become this beautiful, huge leaf. Now, the last time I measured this, I'm not going to pretend I remember because I don't, but I feel like the length of this leaf from top to bottom was 20 inches, and then the width of it was close to, was it 30, 45, something like that. But it's the biggest leaf I've ever seen. And we'll come up to the other one. You might say to yourself, oh, I don't know, Sherry, but this to me is the biggest leaf I've ever grown on my care, and it's just absolute stunning to me. The color of it is still hardening. It's still hardening off. Now it started turning the darker color, and when I put them in the shower, I shower these plants every week. You know, I don't have to be quite as gentle because it's now hardened off, but it is the #1 plant that is on my list. So I hope that you can see the beauty that I do. And one of the things I do notice, like in this light, is there's pink on the outside. I can really see it, and I watered it last night, so I don't want to get water all over my clothes. But here's the back of the leaf. I can't maneuver it. Here's the back of the leaf. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see it because I do have this bright light here in my face, but it's got pink veins. It's just really pretty. It's just absolute stunning. Thumbnail. Maybe, I don't know. Doing thumbnails are very interesting for me. I just scroll through the video until I find something that looks decent and snap the picture, and there's your thumbnail. So there she is. Just, I mean, absolute stunner. I can't wait to see what she's going to produce for me next. But hopefully, I don't know, with winter coming, I'm terrified that these other leaves aren't going to be, they're going to be holey and just all beat up. Because you can tell here at the top of the leaf, right there, she had a little bit of a tough time coming out. It took a while. It took a while for this leaf to actually come out of the other leaf that was forming, and I don't know why, except that I feel like, you know, they just have a tough time, kind of like the rest of us, you know. Can't get it perfect, and that's okay. I just don't want big holes in it like last winter. I just can't get enough of her. Okay, so we'll move on to the next one. All right, so the next one. I started collecting, I wish I could remember the actual date, but I remember getting this plant. This is the Anthurium Michelle. This is the first plant that I bought that was very expensive, and it's not as expensive as some of mine recently, but this was the most expensive plant I bought originally. That was when Doc Block was really becoming the thing. Doc Block Michelle was just what you could get, and I wanted it because of the beautiful leaves that are produced. And these leaves here are leaves under my care. I don't have any original leaves left, but these have all been over the summer. So the leaves that came from winter time are gone. I just didn't want to see them anymore. They were so unattractive, and I just don't want to look at unattractive leaves. But that's this one. And then the second one, which is a stunner, is this one. So I mean, this is the one that really did me in the summer before the Black Widow. This leaf is so perfect, and when these leaves come out, it's the reddest leaf, and then it hardens, it turns into this dark color, it's almost purple, but it's not purple. It's almost black, but it's not black, and it's really hard to tell in this light, but it's still really dark. But this is, you can tell the green is starting to come out, but you can also tell that it's not, and this is the older leaf, they're not actually, you know, your typical green. They're very velvety looking, almost like a dark emerald looking green. And the leaves, the backs, these veins, the veins on the backs of these are just beautiful. My phone is black screen and I can't see a thing, but I know it's on. But look at the, and this is like one of the heaviest plants I own. If I put this on the scale, I wouldn't be surprised if it was 5 pounds. It's just huge. It's in my largest, it's in the largest pot that I have. This is a 9 1/4 width, 10 inches tall. So, but look at this leaf and look at the color. The dark, beautiful pinks. The Michelle is absolutely stunning. I love her. I love all of them. I think they're just, again, an Anthurium leaf. When this started coming out, it was so tiny. You just never know what you're gonna get. You can always kind of tell because look at the size of the petiole, I guess is what that is, or stem. This, when they start getting thick like this, you know that you're gonna get something extra fine, or at least you hope anyways, you never know. So this is number 2. She is, just love her. Now, I do have, where'd she go? What did I do with her? I watered these last night. Oh, let me show you this. Even though this isn't on the list, but it's part of this plant. Put this back up here. So this one was also on the plant when I got it. And these are all leaves under my care as well. Now, one thing I've started noticing, and I'm not sure which one it is. Yeah, it's this one. This one is starting to get yellow, which is unusual for a Michelle or a dock block, in my opinion. I don't know. I think I might have accidentally put too much fertilizer in her, because there's no reason for that leaf to start yellowing like that. But I digress. What I got this plant out to show you is how red the new leaves are. And they're just beautiful in color. I just can't wait. I'm always in awe when these come out and just really enjoy watching the whole growing process. But this stem is about the same as these. So I don't think this leaf will be much bigger than its other leaves, but maybe a little bit. I don't know, we'll see. So, but I just wanted to show that to you. I just think they're so cute. Okay, so this one's really hard to get into the camera. And I thought for sure, I really thought hard about this one, because this really is starting to be my favorite Anthurium. But I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that it is. I'm just surprised that I put it number 3. But my most impressive growth has to be, I take an account of how long it took the leaf to come out and what it had to go through almost per se. Was it the end of winter, end of spring, starting into summer, flowers starting out first and then it came, there's a couple different things other than just how beautiful that they are, but beautiful is the number one. reason why I rated these plants. And I'm going to show you this leaf because I got plenty of B-roll on it because I was just in awe of this new leaf that came out. It came out at the end of August, and I was so grateful because I was just really worried that winter was going to come, and then my first leaf from this plant, the Regale, would be just ugly, you know. So I'm really grateful that she came out when she did. Here's the original leaf. This was a brand new leaf when I purchased this from NSC Tropicals. That was in March. We were still in winter around that time that this came, but you can see here there is a little bit of dryness happening down here, but I think that's because I didn't really pay attention too much. I did water these plants as much as I felt like they needed, but I almost feel like they need more than what you think. And so I'm upping my game right now and making sure that they get what they need when it comes to watering. But here's the brand new leaf. She's not hardened off yet, guys, so I'm not going to touch her. But if I will put what I can in a way in B-roll to show you where she started out, and I've taken pictures of her or shorts almost every week since she popped out, and I think this may be the 4th week of her growing out. Now, I am in love with this plant. She steals my heart, I think, mainly because I don't see her on YouTube enough. I don't see her in collections, and I don't understand why. Kevin Hanukkah, I can't think of his full channel name, but Kevin inspired me when he showed his Regale, and there was another video I watched, and I can't remember the channel. He doesn't do much videos, but I came across his Regale, and I'm just like, why don't we see more of these, you know? So I really am going to do my best for all of them, but I'm challenging myself to really understand the care of this plant and to give her her best life, especially here in Ohio and the United States here, where, you know, we live in a really, really cold winter that can go below 0 Fahrenheit, and it can just have, I think last year I registered 15% humidity in this house. So yeah, so wish me luck there, but I am trying. If you've seen my last video, I don't know if it's my last one, but when I put moss poles on my monsteras, I showed me building this and putting the moss in it. So check that out if you haven't already, you can see it. But look at that beautiful leaf. Absolute beauty. I can't wait to see her fully hardened off. But yeah, so that's number 3. Coming in at number 4. And you might think, Sherry, your queen is number 4? I know, right? I mean, look at the growth that she's given me since I put her on a moss pole. Both of these have grown over the summer. Now this one though, so maybe that's not right. This one was the first leaf after putting her on the moss pole. And then it took quite a while for her to produce this one. And this one came out in early July, I do believe. Now she's working on number 3 right there. I can't I have to put all my strength into holding this plant, guys. So heavy. But she is absolutely beautiful. She's doing exactly what I thought she would do once I put her on the moss pole. I've had her, this is the only queen I have left after having 5 of them. I've had 5 of them. I had 4 with her. Is that right? 4, I bought 4 of them. She was number 5, I think. But I know I really bought a whole bunch of them, hoping for big ones. It's funny because when I think back on the early young Sherry who, you know, did this, didn't understand how anthuriums worked or plants behaved or how they grew or anything, I thought, oh, I was obsessed. I thought, well, I have to buy a big queen. I have to have the big queen come to me. And what I didn't realize is you don't want that. You don't want a big queen coming to you because she grew that way in a happy environment. She was happy where she was at, and then she comes to your place, you're going to lose those leaves. The chances of you keeping those leaves are very slim. And every video I've watched, including my own, you lose those leaves. Now, I've had really good progress with my queen, this one in particular. And you can see those videos I have specifically on this one, and I can always link those to this one. But yeah, I mean, this is just beautiful. I can't wait to see the next leaf that she produces. And we'll just have to wait and see. But the moss pole is the key for this plant. And for me to have this original leaf for this long, I do have a little bit of stuff at the top of this leaf, very little. I don't know if I can, I mean, just a little bit of, I'm losing my gimbal. Just a little bit of this here, right? And I'll try to zoom in. But I mean, really, and this came out, this happened when it was being formed. There was a cut, and I was very grateful it was that small. So, yeah. So check that video out if you want to see how I did this, put it on the moss pole, and then my update on it. All right, so this one is the Magnificum crystallinum. I bought this. This came from Plant Life Lex. She's a YouTube creator that you can follow her channel. I bought many plants from her that some are on this list. And every one of her plants I've bought have been beautiful. But this one made it on this list because these are both under my care, but this is the first leaf that I had prior to summer. And then this is the latest. And she's still hardening off. She's not quite there yet, but I am in love with this plant. I think that this plant is somewhat underrated because of all the beautiful emergent colors with the dark reds and the yellows and the green, you know, all these beautiful things. This leaf here, for some reason, just really blows my mind and had to be on this list. I love looking at this plant so much that I have her down, here in that empty spot so I can look at her because my chair is like right across from where I'm videoing right now. But I just think she's beautiful. I love the vein colors. I think the veins are very striking. One thing I'm trying to figure out, and it's gotten better, but I've noticed on some Anthurium, you get these little yellow spots when they come out, and I'm not sure why. And over time, most of the time, I've gotten them to go away. So it could just be a growing thing, but I'm hoping it's not like, I mean, it's always possible too that, you know, I had just switched to my new fertilizer, and it just hasn't had time to they haven't had time to, you know, uptake all that nutrient yet. But that's what I'm hoping. And then the newer leaves that come out won't have that, so much of those yellow spots. Yeah, just love her. Okay, so this next plant is, I bought her at Rare Plant Fairy. I bought 2 of them last year. They were just babies when I bought them, and whatever pictures I have, I will put up. And I will say that it was extremely slow grower. I'm not sure if I really know why it was so slow, except that maybe I didn't have it in the right light. I've had it, and typically what I end up doing is I don't keep the same plant in the same spot. It all depends on my mood, and most of the time my mood is I want to redesign everything as I water them. So she was sitting up where the tricolor Villetiforum, I can't think, Villetiforum right here. And she was up there for a while, but I didn't feel like that was the right spot for her. And then I ended up switching her, and I ended up putting her over by the Monstera light, which is the large Soltec light. This is a large Soltec, this is a small Soltec, and then over in the corner I have a large Soltec, and then I've got a small Soltec over the alocasias. But it could be I got this enormous growth, I think because of obviously summer. She started pushing out leaves, but nothing to the point that made me go, wow, until now. So here she is. So look at this is new growth, this is new growth, this one's new growth, and she's pushing out more now. Now I've got, like I said, I've got 2 plants in here. I've got this one and I've got this one. Now this one's kind of going crazy. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's leaning on the other one. I'm not a fan of that too much, but I'm not gonna mess with her. She's doing too well. She's the best strap leaf I own at the moment. She's just really cooking up on growth, and so I don't plan on moving her back. I'm really kind of one of those people that like to put Anthurium on one side, Hoyas on another side, Monsteras on another side. I like to have them all like batched together. But I've slowly been letting that go and putting them where it makes sense. And this one just makes sense over where I have her. And I just think she is gorgeous. So she made the list. And I think that I'm gonna find that she's just gonna keep pushing stuff out. I could be wrong. Maybe the winter time she won't, but I haven't had one, unlike the Politiforum, okay? I'm gonna digress a second. Unlike the Politiforum, this plant has not given me one bad leaf since I've owned her. Look at that. So look at this. This is one of the original leaves, and look at it. It's still beautiful. Unlike the Politiforum, every leaf has a rip in it, It's got crinkles. It's come out ugly. Me and that plant are not on speaking terms at the moment. But this one is my #1 strap leaf. And I have a feeling that it's gonna stay that way. She's just spectacular. So, yeah, she is. I can never say this word, but this next plant is an Anthurium papillanum crossed Fort Sherman. I probably would have put this one #1, maybe. When I first saw this first emergent that came out of this plant, which was early spring, or maybe even early, maybe it was even earlier than that, but absolute beautiful emergent. And I'll put a picture up here of it. And each leaf that I get is just more spectacular than the other. So I've gotten two leaves since owning this plant. Now here are the original leaves. This is an original leaf. And this crazy guy over here is an original leaf. And you can see that it's getting a little bit old now. But it's still not bad enough that I'd want to cut it off. Now here is the first leaf that I got under my care. Right here. Beautiful, nice and long. It's longer than the others. But here's the latest. This one was perfect. I mean, the way it looks, the way that it lays. I'm trying to get, I don't know why, but it looks like there's something here. But there kind of is now that I see it in the light. But you don't see it without it being under the light. It looks like it had a little bit of scratching trying to get out of the shoot maybe. But you can't really see it without the light. So if I turn this light off, you can see the hole, but I guess you still can see it. I wonder if I should keep that light off. Is that better? I don't know. I'll probably keep it on. But yeah, this, you can see the color of this leaf. It's so beautiful. You really see the papillanum in there. But the Fort Sherman is spectacular. I love the Fort Sherman. And these two crossed are a perfect plant. But look at this, I've got another one growing now. Right there. And I'll zoom in. I forget now, I know how to do it. So, yeah. So she's given me a new leaf before summer's really truly out. Now it is September, but today's gonna be in the 80s. We just have cold nights, which are, I love this weather. I love this weather. I think it's the best. Warm days and cool nights. You can't get any better than that in my book. But I just love this plant. And look at the back of this leaf. You can almost see it. It's a gold, it's almost like it's a shimmering glimmer of gold and red when this emergent comes out. It's striking. And I also see an aroid growing straight up out of this thing right here. And I need to address that. So I topped up all the Anthurium with more tree fern last week, but I'm not quite done yet on what I need to do for preparation for winter. I think she's just beautiful. So this next one that I chose, I was really surprised to have it on my list. But I thought I have to have it on my list because the amount of growth that this plant's produced for me since I bought her from NSE Tropicals is spectacular. I'll look up when I bought this plant and put it on the screen. I won't pretend that I know. But 2 leaves of these came out since I bought this plant. The first leaf that I recall is this one. Actually, I think it's this one. So this one was my first leaf. Came out a little rough. And then it was this leaf, and you can see the red crystal. It's still just as beautiful as ever. You see it in the stem, but that's this leaf. And now here's the leaf that's just now still red. Not near close to hardening off yet, but she's just getting bigger on each beautiful leaf. And I think in the end, this is going to be a spectacular plant. And I say in the end, but I think that she's going to grow to be a beautiful Lux hybrid. I find that I buy a lot of Lux hybrids, and it's because, one, I love red crystal. Another one I love, like the King of Spades. But crossing them with a Luxurian, you have a much better chance of survival of the fittest. Meaning, like King of Spades, my King of Spades are having an awful time surviving. But the one King of Spade that imported from Cartel Down that was crossed with Lux actually came in. I thought for sure I was going to lose it. It came in with root rot, and I have been trying to get it back to where it needed to be, and now it's really starting to come to its own. I have it in no drainage, and it's really kicking off. So I just think Luxurians are a great hybrid choice if you're going to choose one. They're easy to manage, they're easy to grow, but I will say my Luxurians that I do own, it takes her about 6 months to grow a leaf, the biggest one that I have. And the last good leaf I had was last summer. I had a bad one during the winter, and I had another bad one at the end of spring. So we'll see what the next one is. So yeah, so this is another one that I feel like I'm most impressed with. She just keeps producing beautiful leaves. So this is another one of those that came from Plant Life Lex. I honestly didn't know if I would keep this plant, only because, I don't know, I wasn't attracted to it when I got it. It wasn't what I had expected, but now I'm so grateful. So grateful that I kept this plant, and it's a fast grower, it's hardy, it's an amazing plant, and it is. I gotta look down. This is a Doriaki Silver Cross Luxurian. Now here, none of the original leaves are left. These are just under mine. But I cut off the other leaves because I just don't care. Like the other plant you saw, I don't like all of those little leaves. They take up room. So I will be cutting those off, probably not too long, but right now I don't need to. But this is a beautiful, beautiful plant. Now look at this last leaf that it produced. It's it produces a lot of flowers, which I don't like, but look at that leaf. I'm obsessed with this big leaf. And I don't think that I watered it enough. This thing requires lots and lots of water. I watered her 4 days ago, and I watered her again last night. And when I water, I'm not talking about a little bit of on top. We're talking shower. And so she requires a lot of water, but I just love this leaf. And once again, it's another hybrid of luxurians. Luxurians is a great hybrid for sure. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. I just love this plant. Love all of them. But that leaf though, whew, it sure is pretty. Okay, so this next one, actually the next two that I'm going to show you made it on my list. Not that they're spectacular leaves, but they're the most impressive because they're babies. And when I say, if you've watched me, you know, I've had 2 seedlings that I bought last year. Pretty sure it was last year, winter time. Could have been even earlier. I'm even thinking it was close to, I was feeling like it was even in 2023 at some point. These, my seedlings that I buy when they're real small, they don't ever grow. They don't ever make it. And I know it's hard for them, especially because I don't have the humidity that they need. But I refuse to buy a tent. I don't want that in my collection. My collection obviously can survive in ambient, and anybody's can. You just have to have the patience and drive to figure it all out, right? And you're gonna have some really ugly ones, but that's just the name of the game. But so this plant I bought from, I can't remember their name. It's Alice, Jing, and Charmaine. Plant Happens Calm, I think, or something like that. I'll look it up. So I decided that I wasn't sure, you know, they are in Canada. I wasn't sure how, with the fiasco that we're living right now in the United States, I didn't know if I would even get these plants, but I decided that it was worth trying. One, they weren't too terribly expensive. They were both less than $100, and I knew the girls. I feel like I knew the girls well enough from watching their channel, and I'm so glad that I did. These 2 seedlings, one's Charmaine's hybrid, and I'm gonna have to read it, but this is a Carla Blackie cross Bvep cross Forgetti cross Carla C22. Now, the original leaf is this one. This is the original leaf of this little baby seedling that I got, and it's still in the cup that I potted it in. Both of them are in no drainage. Okay, then this one came out, which is even more impressive because it's even bigger. And this one just came out, and it's not hardened off yet. It's not as big. I'm hoping that it gets bigger, but I'm mostly impressed with this because of the, sorry, I've got a calendar invite on my screen, or a reminder. I'm just so impressed with this little baby plant. My experience with seedlings aren't good, but this little plant of hers has done spectacular, and I really hope that she can see it. Before I closed my Instagram account, I did ping her and let her know, but I never heard back from her. So I hope that she knows that her little hybrid here in Ohio is doing wonderful. So that's that one. I need something to drink. My blood sugar is high. I don't know why. I think that my insulin pump ran out of insulin, and so I had to stop my bolus in the middle of it going out. It was like I did a dual bolus, square bolus, and I think that really screwed me up because now my blood sugar is pretty high, so I'm a little hot, and when I get thirsty that usually means it's higher. I see it popping up on my phone that's recording. Oh well, so this is the next one. This one's Jing's. This was a really big risky plant for me because I heard that Cunha lens is not an easy plant to grow. But when I saw that Jing had it up there, it's a Magnificum cross, Cunha lens cross, and it's a C7, whatever that means. I don't know what any of those mean. That's what I've got there. So it also's in this original, I potted it up in this original pot. This is the leaf that I bought. So it wasn't great. I knew it was a stump. She sold it as a stump, but this leaf was out. So I knew that if it had a leaf, right, it was pretty good. And this beautiful leaf showed itself in late August. Look at that. When I saw it starting to grow, I was just like, oh, look how cute it is. And I was so happy to see it actually get this size. That's a big size up. So hopefully Jing can see this too. I think I'll ping them on my channel when it goes out. I don't know if they ever see it or not, but look how beautiful it is. I mean, I just think, you know, hybrids are just the way to go, in my book. Now, like my Doc Block Michelle, she's not a hybrid. She is Doc Block Michelle. That's it. That's what she sees, what she get. The Regal, same thing. Or Regale, same thing. But these hybrids are just, they're just stellar. I just love them. So, yeah, there she is. I think you understand why she made the list. I'm just so impressed with these little plants. I won't be buying from the same place I bought these last seedlings. I've never seen too slow of plants in my entire life. I just haven't. I just haven't. So, okay. Now, guys, guess what? We're out of the anthuriums. And I'm sorry, but all anthuriums made the list first because they are my preference. But that doesn't demean what is coming, okay? So hang tight. I've only shown this plant one time, and that's when I brought her home, which was last year in November from one of the garden centers. I wanted this plant so bad for a hanging plant. And I prune it constantly. So I've pruned this plant multiple times. It's your Scindapsus, oh, where'd it go? Exotica. That's what I believe this is. But look at this beauty. So just keep in mind, I cut all the length off her. And the reason I do that is because I don't like leggy. I don't like leggy stems hanging. And what I have found is by doing that, she produces all of this growth at the top. It's truly beautiful. Let me see if I can sit down. And I have her in the original terracotta pot that I put her in. Now this side that I have showing has always been vacant. Now you can tell it's starting to grow over, which I'm happy about. But I like my hanging plants shorter. Now, if it was all this way to the floor, I'd be all fine with that. But I don't want an unruly looking plant. And I just found the growth on this plant really, really impressive. Just impressive. I don't see many Scindapsus online YouTube channels that are big and bushy like this. I see them on poles usually, which, you know, they're pretty, but it's not what I want, you know. I just thought, yeah, I needed to share her. I think she's so pretty. So this is my Monstera Lemon Lime, that if you watched that Monstera video of me putting on a moss pole, you've seen this already. And mainly the reason why I put my exotica before this one is because this leaf was starting, this leaf is under my care. But when I bought this plant, the leaf had kind of already started. So I can't say it's my most impressive plant this summer, only because I haven't really had it long enough. But I needed to add this because this leaf is absolutely beautiful. And two, I wasn't sure if this plant was going to survive or not because of the malnutrition that she got where she was at. And I think the world of rare foliage, but I've already talked about this in that video, but if you see that video, you'll see me show you in the original, this is an original leaf, and this yellow rim was all the way around that leaf, and it was under this leaf. And you can see that they're really starting to fill in because I'm giving it nutrients now that it needs. I was really disappointed, especially for the price I paid for this thing. But I'm just grateful that I've been able to make it happy. So I think she's doing fabulous. I just think she's a beautiful Monstera, and if I could keep her this size, I would. Yeah, just shoot off new leaves and keep it this size. I think that would be great. So that's this one. This one is my monkey tail cactus. Now, I asked myself, well, why are you adding this one? I don't have any new, I can't say leaves. I don't have any new monkey tails since I bought this plant. And I bought her early March, maybe February. You could see that was a funny one because it was a bar with plants video. This bar had plant vendors come in, and I went and saw these. They were individual monkey cactus tails, and I had to have them. I was really hoping that I'd end up getting a new baby, but nothing's growing in that kind of fashion. But what is growing is that this, look at the hair on this. Now, if you compare it to a baby cactus, monkey tail, they don't have the hair that this does. I'm loving all of this little hair. And she really kicked off with the hair this summer. And this one actually produced a flower, and if I have pictures of it, I will put it up. I know I had some Instagram things of it, but I don't have those anymore. So, but this had a beautiful flower, and I was really happy to see that one of them had a flower this summer. But I needed to add hers because I think I'm definitely happy here. I really hope that she produces another offspring, because I would like for it to grow. I know that you can chop these But I don't want to do that. Ooh, oh, I see flowers, guys. I see flowers coming out. Look, I don't know if you can see it. How can I, let's see. Let me see if I change my light. I would have never seen this. Sorry, I'm gonna blast you with light a second. See if I can. All right, I gotta get up. How am I gonna let you see this? I don't think I can do that. It's not gonna show a tick on it. Oh no. Okay, tick on it. How do I show it to you? Can you see it? I'll try to zoom in. All right, this guy needs to be turned off a second. Can you see that little pink? There's 2 pink dots right there. It's coming out with flowers. I'm so happy. Well, one thing I will say, I wasn't sure if I was supposed to do this or not. But I think what's spawned this plant on so much is I actually spray on here the Miracle-Gro orchid spray. And since I've done that, the hair's grown faster and it produced these flowers, which I just had no clue it was coming out. I'm so happy. Yeah, so happy. So, yeah. So that's that one. I just think she's just a beautiful. See if you can see the hairs more this way up close. Beautiful. I love these little plants. I just hope that I can fill it out. So it's pretty obvious which one's next. This is my Alocasia Tanderusa. And I've said this many videos before. I had no intention on ever buying another one of these plants. My first one died within 3 weeks of me having it. It was an adult plant I brought home from Knollwood Gardens. It was healthy, it was beautiful, but it took only 3 weeks for me to kill it. And to this day, I'm not sure exactly what I did. But I vowed to never own that plant again. The root rot on that thing was terrible. It had a plug. It still was covered in like a plug. And I feel like that had part of it, but I feel like it was just a transition because you don't get an adult plant like that and just die. I think it was definitely a combination of me bringing it home. So it was sad, but I've learned a lot from my past alocasias that I've had, which is making this one to my most impressive list. So most impressive is look at the growth on this. And I'm pretty sure I have some original pictures of when I brought it home. So I'll put that up. But look at the green leaves. Now this is the last one that grew for me. But since I've had it, it's grown all three of these. And I have this little one at the bottom, this baby one growing as well. Now I don't think he'll do much, but he may. This is the size of the plant when I brought it home. So this is an original leaf. And then I think this was an original leaf. Now I feel like I've learned a lot with these plants and why this happens. And it helps me water. And all of you have known that have been watching me, every alocasia is in a no drainage situation for me. I won't have another alocasia in this house without going to no drainage. Just won't happen. Not to say that they're perfect, obviously, but I believe this one's still alive because I have it at no drainage. And my watering for them is minimal, which is perfect because I think that's probably how I killed the other one, as I overwatered it. And so look at the roots here. Now, I checked it last night. There is no water in here, but I checked the tree fern fiber mix and it's still fairly wet. So she won't be watered at least for another week, maybe even longer. But what I found, or what I'm gleaning is when I put too much water in alocasias. This hasn't happened to an Anthurium of mine. Honestly, I cannot think of one Anthurium I own that has, I forget the terminology for that term, that at night when they drip the water out because they're trying to get rid of all the water that it has because we've given it too much, I think. And I think that's what happened here is that even though they need a lot of moisture, you don't want to give them so much. Like when I first put it in here, I had the water sitting up at the leca level. And all this little guy did every night is try to get that water out of its roots. So now I'm very, very cautious about how I water my alocasias. And I think that I'm getting it. I don't know, we'll see. But look at how beautiful she is. I just love her. I just love her. So I'm really happy that she was able to get on this list. I just really love her, and I love these stems. I think the stems are so beautiful. Yeah. I think she's putting out another one too. Yep. Because I saw this move. This is starting to turn, and as you all know, when the leaves start to turn, it's getting ready to try to pump out another leaf. You probably can't see this, but somewhere in there you may be able to see this little guy. Is that it? I can't tell. It's still a little dark. Yeah, I don't think I can show it to you, but it's right there. Anyway, so I'm really happy with this one. So happy. Okay, guys, here she is. This is my Begonia maculata. Look how beautiful she is. I didn't show you the chop that I did beginning of summer. I just did it. But if you recall my last video where I thought maybe she had bugs, but she didn't. It was just some kind of fungi. And how I had her, I'll see if I have pictures, but she was so out of control the way she was growing, and I was starting not to like it. And then I bought myself a trellis, and I chopped her up, and I put her on this trellis. And if you see, it's a metal trellis. I got it at one of the garden centers. And she's already grown over it. And if you haven't already, which I probably never would have, what's the word? When you why can't I think of it? Pluck. When you prune, when you prune a plant, especially when I pruned this maculata, what grew back were these huge, let me see if I can show it to you. Oh, it's actually falling forward to you. But this stem is huge, and so is this one, compared to the original stems that I have. And one of the original stems, I think, is right here. I don't know if you can see this. But yeah, you won't be able to see it. But so much thicker, and it can actually support itself. See it moving forward? I don't have it hooked on to anything. It's just leaning forward. And now I have to hook it up because obviously as it grows, it'll get crazy. But I was so impressed with how thick these were, because I was like, it's not going to be able to support itself at all the way it was. The stems were so skinny, and I was scared to death I was going to break it when I went through that emergency repot with y'all. She didn't break, but but when I chopped it, I mean, and they grew back pretty fast, and it's just, I think this is the most beautiful begonia I've seen. I've seen a lot of beautiful begonias. I have a crackling rose, and I had a couple others, and I still have one left. They're beautiful, but this one, to me, with the white and the dark green and the red, it's just beautiful. And that's why she made the list, because of her strength and growing back and all of the new growth that I've seen in these stems and how thick they are. I just think she is spectacular, and I don't show her near enough. I don't show a lot of my plants, and I thought this is a good opportunity to let you see some of those. But this is one of them. So, all right, last one, everybody. We got one left. And you're going to be surprised when you see that choice. So this last plant is very tiny. Very tiny, very tiny, very tiny. And I said to myself yesterday, I have to add this plant because I'm absolutely in awe of the growth since I replanted it. This is a Pingucula. It's a ping. That's right. Look at this little guy. Now, this is a ping, and it's Tina. I got it at something plants. I'll put it up on the screen. I can't remember. I should remember. I just bought some more sun dressers from them. But this plant really shocked me. The other day, I have it down here where my hand is, where all the babies are. And it's catched a few gnats, which is great. I see all the little dewy things on here, but I don't feed this. I've learned not to feed any of these plants. Now, I've lost all my Dracerna, unfortunately, even my oldest one, and I'm not sure what I did. I don't know if I did anything other than maybe neglect it too much and it didn't get enough water. I don't know, but I digress. All my pings they're still alive and healthy. I haven't lost one of them. So this one though, look at the growth on here. Now, when I bought this, it was just a little baby. I mean, it was just tiny, like my Johanna, all of those other ones that I own, they haven't really grown. Let me show them to you, so then you can appreciate this one. So here are my little pinks. I've got 2 Johannas in there, which are these. I've got 2 of the same here, which I'm not sure of the names. And I've got 2 different ones here. But none of them have really put much growth in since owning them. Okay. This one has produced more flowers than any growth, but that's fine with me because I think the flowers are adorable. I forget, this is called Red Something. And when I bought it, it was huge. It's lost all the red coloring, but it's produced these cute little flowers. But this one, they're all in the same grit, by the way. They're all in the same. The only difference I can think of is that this one's getting a little bit more light because that's a shorter table. So this one is just phenomenal. I think she just deserved to be on my list for growth. Pinguicula. I don't know how to say it, guys. Tina. So that's Tina. Yeah, so that's it. I'm sure I could show you a lot more. Actually, I know I could. But we've gone through enough, I think. And it's time to end this beautiful, unusual video that I did. So I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope that you find yourself in a wonderful, wonderful space right now, enjoying your plant videos. If you're doing plant chores while you're watching, let me know in the comments what you thought, what your favorite plant was, or ones that you didn't like. That's fine too. So have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll talk at you all later. Bye.